Have you ever held a Rubik's Cube? Its colors a mesmerizing puzzle. This small yet complex toy has captivated the minds of millions around the world. Its vibrant colors and seemingly endless combinations make it a fascinating challenge for people of all ages. Maybe you've scrambled it, marveling at the endless possibilities. Each twist and turn creates a new pattern, a new challenge to solve. It's like a kaleidoscope of colors that you can control with your own hands. This cube, with its simple design, has challenged and fascinated people for generations. From its invention in the 1970s to today, it has remained a beloved puzzle, a symbol of ingenuity and perseverance. People from all walks of life have taken on the challenge, from school children to professional speed cubers. You stare at the mess of colors, wondering if you could ever bring order to this chaos. It can seem daunting at first, like an insurmountable task, but with patience and practice, the solution is within reach. Well, I have good news for you. Solving the Rubik's Cube is not just for geniuses or magicians. With the right approach, anyone can learn to solve it. Solving a Rubik's Cube is like learning a magic trick. At first it seems impossible, but once you know the secret, it becomes a matter of practice and repetition. Each move is like a step in a dance, leading you closer to the final, beautiful solution. It seems impossible at first, but with the right guidance, anyone can do it. There are methods and algorithms designed to make the process easier, breaking down the solution into manageable steps. In this guide, we'll journey together to unravel the Rubik's Cube mystery. We'll start with the basics, understanding the cube's structure and the fundamental moves. Then we'll move on to more advanced techniques, building your skills step by step. We will use just one algorithm, a sequence of moves repeated in different situations. This algorithm is like our magic spell, a key to unlocking the cube's secrets. With practice, you'll be able to perform it effortlessly. Think of it as our magic spell to solve the cube. Each twist and turn brings us closer to the solution, transforming chaos into order. Don't worry if you're a complete beginner. Everyone starts somewhere, and with patience and practice, you'll improve. The key is to stay persistent and keep practicing. We'll start with the basics and gradually build up to the solution. Each step will be clearly explained, with tips and tricks to help you along the way. By breaking down the process, you'll find that solving the cube is not as difficult as it seems. By the end of this guide, you'll be able to impress your friends and family with your newfound cube-solving skills. Imagine the satisfaction of holding a solved Rubik's Cube, knowing that you conquered the challenge. So let's get started and unlock the magic of the Rubik's Cube together. Before we start our journey, we need to learn the language of the Rubik's Cube. Each side of the cube is assigned a letter: F for front, B for back, R for right, L for left, U for up, and D for down. These letters represent a 90-degree clockwise turn of that face. For example, R means to turn the right face clockwise. A letter followed by an apostrophe means a counterclockwise turn, so R prime means to turn the right face counterclockwise. We'll also use the number 2 to indicate a 180-degree turn. For instance, R2 means to turn the right face twice. Understanding this simple notation is crucial for following the steps and mastering the algorithm. Our journey to conquer the Rubik's Cube relies on mastering a single algorithm. This might sound daunting at first, but trust me, it's simpler than it seems. The beauty of the Rubik's Cube lies in its complexity, yet the solution can be boiled down to a series of straightforward steps. This algorithm is like a magic formula that, when applied correctly, will help us solve the puzzle step by step. Think of it as a recipe. Follow the instructions and you'll get the desired result. Each move is a crucial ingredient in our recipe for success. Don't let the word algorithm scare you. It's just a fancy word for a sequence of moves. In fact, once you get the hang of it, you'll find it quite intuitive. It's all about muscle memory and understanding the logic behind each twist and turn. The algorithm we'll be using is R prime, D prime, RD. This sequence might seem like a random set of letters and symbols, but each one has a specific meaning and purpose. Remember this sequence well, as it will be our key to unlocking the Rubik's Cube. It's like learning a new language. Once you understand the basics, you can start forming sentences and eventually entire conversations. Now, let's break down what each move in this algorithm means. Each move is a small step towards solving the bigger puzzle. Understanding these moves individually will make the entire process much easier. R prime means to turn the right face counterclockwise. Imagine you're turning a doorknob to the left. That's essentially what R prime is. D prime means to turn the down face counterclockwise. Think of it as rotating the bottom layer of the cube to the left. R means to turn the right face clockwise. It's like turning a doorknob to the right, a simple yet essential move. D means to turn the down face clockwise. Picture rotating the bottom layer of the cube to the right. Practice this algorithm a few times until you're comfortable executing it smoothly. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more natural these moves will feel. It's all about building that muscle memory. As you become more familiar with this algorithm, you'll be amazed at how it helps us solve the cube piece by piece. Each successful move will bring you closer to the ultimate goal, a perfectly solved Rubik's Cube. So keep practicing, stay patient, and enjoy the journey of mastering this fascinating puzzle. Our first goal is to create a white cross on the top face of the cube. This is the foundation of our solution. Look for a white edge piece and try to bring it to the top face, aligning it with the white centerpiece. Don't worry about the other colors on the top face for now. Just focus on getting those white edges in place. You can use your intuition and basic cube rotations to get the white cross. Remember, there's no pressure to be fast at this stage. It's all about understanding the logic and making deliberate moves. Section 5, Stage 2, completing the base. Bottom corners. With our white cross in place, let's complete the top layer. This involves positioning the white corner pieces correctly around the white cross. We need to find the white corner pieces and position them correctly around the white cross. These pieces are crucial as they form the foundation of the cube's first layer. Look for a white corner piece on the bottom layer. These pieces can sometimes be tricky to spot, so take your time to locate them. Use the algorithm R prime, D prime, RD to maneuver the corner piece to its correct position. This algorithm is essential for moving the pieces without disrupting the rest of the cube. You might need to repeat the algorithm a few times, rotating the bottom layer to align the corner piece properly. Patience is key here, as it might take several attempts to get it just right. This step requires a bit of spatial reasoning, but don't get discouraged. Visualize where each piece needs to go and how it will move through the cube. It might take a few tries to get the hang of it. Practice makes perfect, and each attempt will bring you closer to mastering the technique. Remember, every time you solve a corner, you're one step closer to solving the entire cube. Celebrate each small victory as they all add up to the final solution. Section 6, Stage 3, building the walls, the middle layer. Now that our top layer is complete, let's focus on the middle layer. We need to insert the edge pieces that belong in the middle layer between the top and bottom layers. Identify an edge piece on the top layer that doesn't belong there. Position it above its correct slot in the middle layer. Then use a combination of the algorithm RD and cube rotations to insert the edge piece into its place. This stage can be a bit tricky as it requires you to visualize the movements in your mind, but don't worry, with practice, you'll get the hang of it. Section 7, Stage 4, aiming for the sky, the yellow cross. We're getting close. Now we need to create a yellow cross on the bottom face of the cube opposite the white cross. At this stage you might already have some yellow edges facing up. If not, don't worry. Use a combination of the algorithm and cube rotations to manipulate the yellow edges until you form a yellow cross on the bottom face. Remember, the key is to be patient and persistent. Keep practicing and you'll see the yellow cross emerge. Section 8, Stage 5 and 6, almost there, top layer edges and corners. We're in the final stages now. With the yellow cross formed, we need to position the yellow edge pieces correctly and then orient and position the yellow corner pieces. There are specific algorithms and techniques for these final stages, but they build upon the same principles we've been using so far. Our basic algorithm, RD, and strategic cube rotations. These final steps might seem intricate at first, but with practice they'll become second nature. And when you finally solve the entire cube, the feeling of accomplishment is truly rewarding. Section 9, Conclusion, the joy of mastery and sharing. Congratulations, you've journeyed through the intricacies of the Rubik's Cube and emerged victorious. Remember, the key to mastering this puzzle is patience, practice, and a willingness to learn. Don't be afraid to experiment and discover your own techniques along the way. Share your experiences with others, teach your friends and family, and spread the joy of solving the Rubik's Cube. As you continue to practice, you'll find yourself solving the cube faster and more efficiently, and who knows, maybe one day you'll be a speed cubing champion.